Thank you. Hi, so my name is Kalyani, and today I'll be talking about how near work affects the eyes. So to define near work, it's an activity that's within an arm's length of the eyes and requires us to focus our eyes on like small details for a long time. So this includes reading, writing, but mainly using digital devices such as watching TV, playing video games, or scrolling through some of our favorite social media apps. These are the things that I'll be covering today. So what is the digital eye strain, which is caused by near work? How can digital eye strain be prevented? Also, what is the correlation between near work and eyesight? And how can we protect our eyes when using devices? So the digital eye strain is defined as eye-related conditions that arise from prolonged usage of devices such as television, computers, phones, and such. So common symptoms include eye strain and blurred or double vision, which usually happens when you scrutinize tiny details on your screen, dry and itchy eyes, which can happen because when you look at a screen for a long time, you don't blink as often, which can cause like dryness and itchiness. And it can also cause headaches, which is a result of straining the eyes. So how can we prevent digital eye strain? So spending less time in front of devices and going outdoors is usually the best method, but it's easier said than done. The other options are to follow the 20-20-20 rule, which is when after 20 minutes of looking at your device, you have to look 20 feet away from you for 20 seconds. And that's a common tip that's been shared around after the pandemic. Another way to alleviate like dryness and itchiness in the eyes is to use eye drops. And another solution is also using blue light blocking glasses because like screens emit a lot of blue light, but this solution needs to be researched more because blue light blocking glasses won't like completely get rid of the possibility of like the digital eye strain. So being in front of digital devices has given a rise to a number of children who are wearing corrective eyewear. And according to a study that has been done for those between 16 to 25, they're looking at screens who are looking at their screens for more than 3 hours each day. It can cause blurred vision over time. So yeah, this is a statistic that I found very surprising. So the number of teens and young adults who have nearsightedness has risen from 25% to 80% since 1971. And this is especially prevalent in Asia. And particularly in China, the schools are taking steps in order to decrease the amount of time that children are spending on their screens, such as like for playing video games and studying. So our society is evolving faster than our biology. So this means that we have been like shifting over to using devices recently, but our biology hasn't caught up to those changes. So that means that when we use devices, like our body isn't used to it because our bodies are like, if they evolve much slower than what happens in what's happening in our society. So that plays into this. So who can help with this problem? So two main people that I identified were teachers and parents. So usually in classrooms, we use devices and teachers can lessen the amount of time that we spend on our devices and also promote like taking breaks after being on devices because usually classes tend to be like 1 to 2 hours long, and that can be a really long time that you spend in front of a device. And they can also assign less homework on a device. Additionally, parents can set screen times on devices, especially for little children who tend to spend a lot of time on devices. And they can create expectations and set an example for children because children tend to follow what their parents do. So if parents show them like to mindfully use their devices, children can follow those footsteps. And they can also encourage children to go outside and play with their friends. So just for like a fun interactive thing, would you guys like mind like raising your hand if you wear glasses or contacts?
8. I think I'm seeing 8 hands up.
Yeah, I think that's like half of us here. So, or including me. So that would be like maybe a little bit more than a half. So that's really interesting. Um, how like more people are wearing glasses recently. Yeah, and then for those who are not familiar with like and like glasses or contacts, this is just like a short rundown. So glasses are the most common way that people like choose to correct their vision, and they come in different styles. Contacts also come in different types. So there are hard contacts and soft contacts, and most people opt to wear soft contacts. And you have to like keep them clean usually if you're not disposing them daily. And I figured out that not a lot of people know how to clean them properly, so that's important to know. And then LASIK surgery is also another way that people choose to correct their vision. And it's one of the safest medical procedures because a lot of people get it done. And what it does is that it shapes the cornea and improves vision. Also, there's something called night contacts, which is like temporary LASIK. So it's like when you go to sleep, you can wear it, and when you wake up, it like reshapes your eye so you have good vision. And it's important to correct your vision if you have any problems, because otherwise that can cause you to strain your eyes, which can lead to like headaches. So the conclusion is to limit the amount of time you spend on your devices, which can reduce digital eye strain and maintain your current vision. And it's important to like check. I'm pretty sure on like everyone's phones, there's like how much time you spend on each app. So you can be mindful of that and take steps to reduce your time on apps that you might use a lot. Yeah, and then eyes are the most important sense. 80% of what we perceive is through our eyes. So it's important to maintain how they are right now. Yeah, and consult an optometrist if you have any eye-related problems. That's super important. Thank you for listening.